Hello and welcome back to Invincible Asia. I'm George Clark and today I get to check out Cynthia Rothrock's Undefeatable, released in 4K by Vinegar Syndrome. Don't forget folks, before we go any further, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, like the video and all that jibber jabber, and thank you very much for supporting Invincible Asia. I am so excited to be able to share this wonderful movie with you. Cynthia Rothrock's Undefeatable, look at that gorgeous artwork, released in 4K by Vinegar Syndrome. This is just friggin' amazing. I never imagined that this day would come. Let me start from the beginning though, as I often do. I'll put that to the side here. When I go back to the 90s with my ex-rental big box VHS, and this movie came out as a bit of a surprise to me. I remember going into the video store and seeing Cynthia on the cover there, not knowing, back then of course there wasn't the internet to indulge in. I really only had Impact Movie Magazine, but I wasn't aware of release dates, etc. So when I went into the video store, anything new on the shelf was always a wonderful surprise. But this Godfrey Ho directed movie, I always had a soft spot for. It's a wee bit mental. Cindy is fantastic in it, of course she is. The fights are a lot of fun. But the supporting cast, let's say, was a wee bit different. And it kind of made the movie a bit of a laughing stock. But it has still went on to become a cult classic. But I loved this box, I loved this video, and that is why it's still here in my collection. As you can see, I've put on the numbers there, 132. This was the 132nd video that I bought that was in my collection. That's how far I was on by the time this movie came out. And I think I was maybe around 15 or 16 at the time. I'm not too sure exactly. Anyway, later on, I picked it up again on DVD in Poundland of all places. So for £1, not a great release by any means, but still, I mean, the cover and the artwork had a bit of attention, which was fine. There's not much more going for it there, but it was good to have a digital copy of this movie. And it's been some time since I've watched it, I have to admit. So whenever I saw that Vinegar Syndrome were releasing this on 4K, I got super excited. And not only just for the sake of seeing Cynthia in 4K and this movie, but also because the alternate Hong Kong version of Bloody Mary Killer is here. It's on this disc too, which is freaking amazing. I should have double checked. I might actually have that movie. Anyway, regardless, it is on here. It is restored. And it features more fight action and a whole new edit for its Hong Kong audience, featuring Robin Shaw in there. Maybe that's where I'm getting mixed up. I do have a German release of Honor and Glory, and it has an alternate version on there, Angel the Kickboxer. Anyway, let's get stuck into this, because I am so... This is probably going to be tonight's viewing. No, actually, this is going to be tonight's viewing, without a doubt. Here we have this gorgeous artwork, keeping in line with Cynthia's other releases like Sworn to Justice and Tiger Claws, things like that. But this is brilliant, and I do hope Vinegar Syndrome do follow up with Honor and Glory. I also hope they do Rage and Honor, both movies, please. I totally missed their Martial Law release, as I've mentioned before, Martial Law 1 and 2. So if anyone has that, doesn't want it, or is happy to sell that, please get in touch, because I really want it. Inside here, pop that slip off. Inside we have got, of course, the 4K black case, which is just beautiful. It really does help it. And if I can just get in here, then I can share with you what wonderful extra features are a part of this release. Happy days. That was nice and easy. Look at that. That black really brings out the colors even more so. Wonderful. Okay. Oh, sorry. Back. Just all text, as you can see here. Okay, let's go. 4K UHD disc contains the 95-minute feature presentation of Undefeatable, presented in HDR and newly restored from its 35mm original camera negative, with the following sound options: original English mono soundtrack, and a brand new audio commentary track with lead actress Cynthia Rothrock. Fan-friggin-tastic. This is going to be fun. Also included are 2 Blu-ray discs. Wow. Blu-ray disc 1 contains everything on the UHD disc, plus the following special features. Godfrey Ho discusses Undefeatable. Wonderful. A brand new interview with producer and director Godfrey Ho. It's a cartoon with people. A brand new interview with cinematographer Phil Cook. Street Fighter. A brand new interview with actress Cynthia Rothrock. They call him Stingray. Oh my god, Stingray. A brand new interview with actor Don Name. Oh my god, this is going to be brilliant. A Mind for Action, a brand new interview with actress and assistant director Donna Jason, who also starred with Cynthia in Honor and Glory. A Mind for Action, got that one, sorry. Cynthia Rothrock, A Legendary Life, a video essay by film historians Sam Deegan and Charles Perks. Undefeatable versus Bloody Mary Killer, a video essay comparing the 2 versions by filmmaker Chris O'Neill. Original trailers for both Undefeatable and Bloody Mary Killer. And then Blu-ray disc 2 contains the wildly different 88-minute Bloody Mary Killer cut with the following sound options: original Cantonese mono soundtrack with newly translated English subtitles, Mandarin language dub soundtrack, and a brand new commentary track with filmmaker and film historian Brandon Bentley. Wow, I mean, what a friggin' packed collection. This could be up there with some of my favorite releases of the year so far. Wow, absolutely fan-friggin-tastic. Inside we have got, is it a book? Yes, it is a book, of course it is. The booklet here with Robin Show and Cynthia here, and then of course 1, 2, 3 discs there, which have a, spin that round for you, have a bit of different artwork on each. No, 2 the same there. So 2 discs the same, the 4K one and the first Blu-ray with the same artwork, and the second without. There is a reversible cover here. Let me just pop that out. Oh, I'm not too sure what I want. Look at this. This is just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I think I'm going to keep... Yeah, I'll pop the blue one in, sure, why not? Why not? Just to shake it up a bit. There's a lot of red going on there. Okay, this is... Oh, super excited. Now, I'm quite surprised, being a 4K release and having 3 discs, that they didn't do it like a bigger box like Six String Samurai or New York Ninja. I'm surprised they didn't do that. But keeping in line with Cynthia's other releases from Vinegar Syndrome, I guess it fits. So I'm not complaining, I'm just pointing it out. Okay, here is the booklet. As you can see, the handsome Robin Show on the back also here. The man who should have been Keen, and he was for a brief while as Liu Kang. Okay, this is odd. This is a very odd layout choice. Maybe I'm just used to the kind of designs of books from Eureka and Idiot Films, but this is a wee bit odd looking. Very amateurish, I suppose I'm trying to say, but still going to make for a great read. Yeah, very small text. But this, again, this was a fun movie. It was a fun movie growing up, and a fun movie maybe for different reasons. And there's a shot from Bloody Mary Killer. This is going to be friggin' exciting to check out. Can't wait. Okay, cool, that's the book, and I have a lot of watching to do. So yeah, I'm going to go check this out. Check out as much as I possibly can, whether it's with audio commentaries or not, but even get through all the extras so I can come back and let you know what I think. So, just back after checking out Vinegar Syndrome's release of Cynthia Rothrock's Undefeatable, and I have to say that this could be one of my favourite releases of the year so far. This was a fantastic experience, beautifully put together. Again, I've already shared with you my love for the artwork, but to see that film in 4K was fabulous. It's still as corny as always, but actually in comparison, I mean, I put that old crappy DVD on for about 10 minutes, as I often do, to let that quality sink in. I mean, I'll never go back to that. I could probably throw that out and not lose any sleep over it. But to jump from that, to see that 4:3, much like the video cut of that, to go to see it in its original aspect ratio in 4K, the cinematography is just fantastic in this movie. In fact, there's an interview with Phil Cook, the cinematographer, which is well worth checking out, but I'll get to that in a second. Overall though, picture quality, both on the 4K of course and on the Blu-ray, totally amazing, absolutely amazing, and well worth. I mean, if there was no extras on this, I would say it was well worth getting just for that alone. I did watch, okay, so I watched Undefeatable just in its original language version, just in the English language as is, as we've all seen it, as we all know it. It was wonderful. Honestly, had a great time with it. Definitely my best viewing experience ever. I also, on disc 3, managed to check for the first time, check out Bloody Mary Killer, the new Hong Kong version. I mean, a part of me wants to say that Godfrey Ho is a genius. The guy gets such a bad rap for a lot of these older titles, the ninja titles, for example, a lot of the ninja IFD movies. He gets such a bad rap for these cut and paste. And in a way, many people still refer to Bloody Mary Killer as a cut and paste movie, which it is not, because he's done quite a wonderful thing there in reshooting a lot of things with Robin Shaw to make it for the Eastern audience. But it's such a different movie altogether. And I'm actually torn between which one I preferred. I don't know. I'm really stuck with that. I think there's 30 minutes or so missing from Undefeatable. There's a new 30 minutes of content put into Bloody Mary Killer with Godfrey Ho himself starring there, appearing as Robin's dad, getting to get in on the action, which was pretty cool to see. The guy looks great, considering, of course, this was 30 years ago, but it was a whole new experience, and something a wee bit fresh. Certain elements of it that you kind of had you questioning, was this just done because? But still, it worked as a full movie. It really worked, and the extra scenes and the new stuff, not cut and paste, but the new stuff that was put in there actually did play out pretty well. I really enjoyed it, and again, as I say, I'm kind of torn between the two, to be honest. What else we got in here? Okay, I've left the menu here behind me on the menu screen on the special features screen, because the menu itself, the main menu, is pretty bland. It just has Undefeatable across the screen, and that's it. There's nothing more to it. At least we're getting to see a bit of action with Cynthia here practicing with her weapons to kind of keep this screen lively, because I want to go through the amount of incredible interviews that are on this this release. It is absolutely amazing. Okay, first one is Godfrey Ho. I'm going to pop this out for the timings because I tried to remember them all and it's just not sitting in here because I'm still thinking about them all too much. Godfrey Ho discusses Undefeatable. Wonderful interview, absolutely wonderful interview. Godfrey Ho runs for about 18 minutes, just under 18 if I can remember correctly, but brilliant to hear this guy talk about his creation of Undefeatable, working with Tayyim and his school, working with Cynthia, talking about honor and glory and things like that. It was brilliant to hear. Most of it delivered in English, but subtitled when not. Very good. Brilliant to see that. I don't think I've seen as fresh a Godfrey Ho interview in a long time on any release, to be honest. I remember the audio commentary he did with Mike and Arna on Lethal Panther, but in terms of a recent interview, this has definitely got to be the one to go to. It's a cartoon with people, the interview with Phil Cook, the cinematographer. Again, very interesting to hear his views on the movie, how he got into it, the excitement of shooting on 35mm, but also working with Godfrey Ho and working at a speed and standard of Hong Kong filmmaking. as well as kind of trying to get his own style in there, which really, really worked. And as I said, watching this movie in 4K, you can see what he has done. It looks beautiful. So much color in this movie that was never really noticeable in that VHS release. We have Street Fighter, a new interview with Cynthia Rothrock. Runs for 18 minutes on Phil Cook. Street Fighter runs for about 12 minutes. Bit of a shorter interview with Cynthia, but great to hear. She looks great as usual. Wonderful to hear her talk about that movie. And of course, she does do an audio commentary with the main film, with Undefeatable, but I've yet to go back and watch that and listen to her, which I will be doing this weekend, absolutely. But my two favourites, I have to say, are They Call Him Stingray, an interview with Dawn Nyam, and A Mind for Action with the actress and assistant director Donna Jason, who you will also recognise from Honour and Glory. Two wonderful interviews, Dawn's especially being very, very enlightening, should I say, and informative. His runs the longest at about 25 minutes, and I'm super glad that they got that long with him, because it was just, this guy kind of like vanished from the movie scene really not too long after this. So it was great to hear where that started, why it started, and where it all came from. Very, very much worth checking out. And the same with Donna's. Seems like a lovely woman. I've always enjoyed her in both of these movies. I've never seen her in anything else, but I've always really took to her in Honour and Glory and Undefeatable. And it was nice to see this very recent interview with her. Really, really great to see there. Okay, so then we have Cynthia Rothrock, A Legendary Life, a video essay from Sam Deegan and Charles Perks. Runs for 14 minutes. Pretty cool to see. Basically them narrating a piece on Cynthia, looking at footage from Magic Crystal, Yes Madam, Righting Wrongs. There's also a lot of photos there from Cindy's days as a fighter, as a martial artist. You'll actually, if you can look closely, you'll see shots with her with Jackie Chan. You'll see George Chung pop up in there. But also shows you clips from Shaw Brothers movies, things like that, and takes you through kind of the history of women in action. Also pretty cool. And then you have Undefeatable versus Bloody Mary Killer, which is a video comparison from Chris O'Neill. Runs for about 8 minutes. Not what I was expecting, but still lets you see the differences in the movie, and probably worth checking out before you watch Bloody Mary Killer, just so you see that breakdown, because it made me kind of a bit more relaxed watching Bloody Mary Killer for the first time, because I wasn't straining myself to try and figure out what was different, what was wrong. I could have probably spotted it, but I kind of wanted to just enjoy the movie for the first time, if you know what I mean. But absolutely, yes, well worth checking out. And then you have original trailers for both Undefeatable and Bloody Mary Killer. Two very, very different movies. Absolutely. I'm so glad that they're both on here, though. It just excites me to no end. But definitely worth checking out those trailers that are not restored before you go and watch the actual movies, because then you'll see the cleanup and the restoration put into these films. It is just fantastic. This was absolutely, for me, one of the best buys. Absolutely. Totally double thumbs up. Super glad that Vinegar Syndrome have done this. Thank you very much, guys. This will be forever in my collection. I just hope you go down the road, as I've said before, with Honour and Glory, with Rage and Honour 1 and 2, please, and even Shine O'Brien 1 and 2. We need more Rothrock, and I am super glad to have this in my hands. So thank you once again for watching another video here on Invincible Asia. Don't forget you can check out hundreds of others here on the channel. You can also show your continued support by heading over to my new merch store, or by checking out invincibleasia.com, where you can read my full movie reviews, and follow me on Instagram @InvincibleAsia. Until next time though, enjoy your Kung Fu, and I will see you soon.